The very most important thing that we need to learn before we begin our qigong practice is how to return qi and breath to the lower Dantian. And the lower Dantian is below the navel. It's difficult for me to just verbally describe to you how to do this, so I'm going to show you how to breathe by teaching my son Brer, who's volunteered, how to get his breath to come down into the lower Dantian. The very first thing we want to do is inhale through the nose. So inhale through the nose, Brer, and exhale through the mouth. So the lips should just be gently pursed, and a fine stream of air is going to come through the lips on the exhale. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Now we want the tongue to be placed on the roof of the mouth just behind the front teeth. On your inhale, the tongue stays up on the roof, and on the exhale, it's okay if the tongue just relaxes a little bit. So that's the inhale and the exhale. Next thing to understand is that as you inhale, you want the breath to come as far down. So here's the navel. You want it to be below the navel. And when you're working with yourself, you place your hand right below the navel. And when you inhale, you want to feel that your hand rises up. Good. And on the exhale, you want the hand to sink and the breath to sink back towards the spine. So inhaling and the breath comes all the way down here, lower Dantian, and the exhale sinks down towards the spine. Now if you find yourself or you're working with somebody and the breath is only coming here, you've got the hand down here, but this is the part of the body that's rising up, that's okay. What you do is you take the hand up there so that you can connect your awareness with where the breath is going. Inhale and exhale the same. And once you can feel a connection between your mind and where the breath is going, take the hand and move it down a little bit further. Now try to bring your breath down here. So when you inhale, you'll feel that hand rising up. Exhale, it's sinking back. Once that's comfortable and you're connected, so your mind is directing the breath and you can feel that there's a coordination between your breath and your body rising up with the inhale. Move it down a little bit lower. Take as long as you need at each stop until you feel like you can fully get your breath to go into that area. A lot of times it's just the muscles that are too tight. You're not used to breathing that deeply. Sometimes there's emotional blockage. Whatever it is, it's okay. You just take your time until you can get the breath to go where you're directing it. Now he's doing a terrific job, so we're going to move it all the way down to lower Dantian, below the navel. It's one way to make sure too that you don't fall asleep. So if you can feel your hand going up, that's one more piece of awareness for your mind to pay attention to, because it's very important that the mind directs the breath to come down here. And then you just want to let it sink down on the exhale. Because where the mind goes, the energy follows. So the breath is coming in, but qi is coming in as he breathes. Lower Dantian is the place in the body where we manufacture qi. So we need for breath to get this low. We need for awareness to come this low. So you can see that his whole lower abdomen is coming right up when he breathes. Now if you're working with somebody and they're tight because they're not used to breathing this deep, just a gentle pressure on the shoulders helps to relax them. So as they're exhaling, you might just put a just gentle pressure. We're not pushing very hard. Now that he's getting breath to come down here pretty easily, I want him to feel like when the breath comes in, it's full. And then when it leaves, it's full. And when it comes in, if it's taking him 4 counts to inhale, that it's taking 4 counts to exhale. So we want to start to even the inhale and the exhale. Now there's no need for the inhale for the person to push really hard to stretch it out, because that just causes stress and it defeats the purpose of calming down the mind. So you just want to let it come in to where you can comfortably fill it, and that's going to increase as your muscles begin to relax. And on the exhale, we want it to just go down nice and slow. Not a sudden drop on the exhale. So you kind of elevator that down. So now he's got a really good rate of breathing in and exhaling. It feels pretty even. Now if you're working with someone to help them breathe, and again, if it's tight, they feel like they're straining to get breath in here. Besides gentle pressure, a little bit of rocking. So I don't want to disturb his breath by pushing too hard, but just gentle rocking helps to calm the muscles down. Same thing, a little bit of rocking right here on the side of the rib cage. Very gentle, and work with the breath. So when he exhales, that's when I move down. So just a little bit of pressure, a little bit of rocking helps to relax these muscles. Make it easier for the breath to get down into here. Now once you're doing this and you feel like you've got a good rhythm of breath coming in and filling up, and the breath is just sinking back on your exhale, again, mind is directing. So on the exhale, you begin to direct the breath to flow. Just flowing like a river right down the legs. This is on the exhale. So the inhale still fills up the reservoir. And as you exhale, you let the sensation and that feeling of warmth just flow down the legs. Just direct it to go down there. You just think it to go down there. You want to feel that the qi that you're building here in your lower Dantian now is expanding and able to flow through the body. And we're going to let it flow out the hands, out the legs, out the top of the head. And what you're doing when you're exhaling and you're letting the qi flow out, you're actually cleansing. You're beginning to clear the meridians and to move through the blocks in the body. When you inhale, you're filling, so you're actually building qi on your inhale. And you're cleansing on the exhale. This is a wonderful meditation to do. One of the things that's happening when the mind is involved in directing the breath, the mind is actually sinking down into the lower Dantian. The energy in the mind and the head is very yang and hot. The energy in the lower Dantian is very yin and cool, like water. So when the yang comes down to the yin, it warms up the belly, it warms up the water, and this increases your circulation. This boosts your metabolism. It gets the flow of blood moving into all of the organs. So you have this exchange of the heat from the head coming down and warming up the vitality, and the cool from the vitality calming the heat in the mind. So this meditation is doing two things. It's calming your mind down, cooling your head, and warming up your center of your circulation down here. This is the very, very foundation for all of the other qigong exercises and techniques. We have to be able to get breath and qi to return to lower Dantian, to cultivate, to build our qi, to store our qi. It's the very first step. It's the most important. So this is where you're going to want to spend your time, at least if this is difficult breathing for you, 2 practice periods a day for 20 minutes, maybe before you get out of bed in the morning, before you go to sleep at night. Eventually, you want to be 24/7 breathing this deeply to gain all the benefits. We always want our breath to come down to the root. It's the root of your body's energy system. We need to master this breath in order to gain the most benefit from all of the other exercises in these DVDs. I know this can be a difficult practice to learn, but be persistent. Do short practice periods so you don't frustrate yourself. And as soon as you really, really begin to feel the benefits of it, you'll love it. You'll begin to love this breath, and you won't ever want to breathe any other way.